Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Fillmore. I'm the Chief Curator here at the Art Gallery of Nova Scotia, and I am thrilled to welcome you to tonight's program, Black Women Connected, Kate McDonald in conversation with Kordeena, Clayton, and Munro. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we're here in Mi'kma'ki, the unceded ancestral territory of the Mi'kmaq people, and today was a big day for the Art Gallery of Nova Scotia. Earlier, it was announced that KPMB Architects, with Omar Gandhi Architect, Jordan Bennett Studio, Elder Lorraine Whitman, Public Work, and Transolar are the successful proponents for the International Design Competition for a new Art Gallery of Nova Scotia on the Waterfront Arts District. A jaw-dropping gift of $10 million was also announced by the Donald R. Sobey and Sobey Foundation. And this was truly amazing. We, the team at the AGNS, can't wait to get to work. We can't wait to engage with each of you across the province and beyond. And we can't wait to work with that design team to bring to life this incredible dream for art in this incredible place. And we need you. And we need the kind of conversations that's going to happen here tonight, the kind that you've joined us for and that you're along for the ride. We want you to be reflected in the new Art Gallery of Nova Scotia. We have a lot to celebrate, and I think tonight is the perfect way to do so. So before I hand the show over to Kate, I want to acknowledge our sponsor, TD Bank Group, as well as the work of the team here at the AGNS who have been burning the midnight oil to bring this program to life. This series of conversation held over the past couple of months has been one that has been bringing to light conversations about art, culture, diversity, and the struggles that artists have been experiencing. Tonight we have a special presentation of In Conversation, and we've invited creator and facilitator and agitator Kate McDonald to host tonight's program with artists Kordeena, Clayton, and Munro. Now, it's my honor to tell you a little bit about Kate, and it's more than a little bit, so bear with me. She deserves a little moment. She was born and raised in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and she is proudly African Nova Scotian. She studied performance and acting at Ryerson University, and in 2016, she founded and co-created the Magic Project. It focuses on bringing marginalized brilliance to the forefront of social media using the arts. She's a community facilitator and youth programmer, and with this work, she creates workshops and holds space for community discussions and empowers youth through celebration. Her practice includes photography, poetry, and performance theater. Recently, Kate, along with Trayvon Clayton and Dorico Simmons, created an African Nova Scotian community-based youth-led initiative called the Game Changers. A year after working together in advocacy and activism and community, they decided to collaborate officially. Kate is currently the branch manager at North Branch Memorial Library. And I welcome you and you and you here tonight. Thank you for sharing your time. Thanks. And thank you for the conversations to be had.
Cool. Welcome, y'all.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. First and foremost, I'd like to give a land acknowledgement, say that we're on unceded, unsurrendered Mi'kmaq territory, and that we're all treaty people, specifically the treaties of 1725 to 1779. There was a series of treaties signed. Those treaties are called the Peace and Friendship Treaties. The 1752 edition of that treaty governs the land that we're on here today. I think it's important to highlight that. As African Nova Scotian folks, we have been living in solidarity and alongside the Mi'kmaq Nation for at least 400 years. And I think it's also important to say and think about how our identities interact with this land, how our identities interact with each other, how we center decolonization in our conversations, and what it means to be on Indigenous territory. So I'd like to start by saying that. Thank you for the introduction. So with me this evening, I have Kordeena Clayton, multidisciplinary artist, alongside Munro, another beautiful multidisciplinary artist. Welcome, y'all. How are you?
Good. Good, thanks.
Good. Cool. So first and foremost, I would like for, it doesn't matter who goes first, for Aitandi to tell us a little bit about your art and your practice.
Well, currently, my art and my practice is heavily influenced by my environment and where I am in this moment today. So it's always changing and it's always different, and I like to keep it that way. I don't like doing the same things over and over again, which is problematic, but also fun at the same times. Yeah, I am trained as a jeweler and a photographer and a dancer. So a lot of the times those all kind of mix together, and you never know what you're going to get from me. That's basically how I put it. It's mysterious.
Mysterious Scorpio.
Yeah.
Just going to leave that there.
It's true.
Well, I'm Kordeena. I do visual art, and I'm also a new and improved clothing designer.
Hey.
My art focuses on the representation of Black and brown women, and I really like to do it all. So, but for clothing purposes, Kate was the muse and the idea, and out came Unapologetically Black. I'm also the co-founder of Taking Black Gottagen. So I have a lot of things going on. I do a lot of things. So,
Welcome, welcome. So obviously we're in the midst of a pandemic.
Yes.
So if you both wanted to tell me a little bit about how that has affected your art practice, if at all, or maybe it's remained the same.
I'll go.
Don't be so shy.
For I usually paint, but I haven't in a while. But now I'm more focused on clothing design, and being in the pandemic actually gave me a platform to sell my product because everyone was sitting home on Amazon. So I was like, what about me? And now it's like flourishing, and I've been able to do vendors markets since the province has opened up a little bit. So it's been very good on the business side. But as for like painting, I just need to get back to it when I have the time. I look forward to doing that though.
Which is interesting because you think that the pandemic would have created more time for you to paint.
Yeah, like I started to do like paint nights virtually,
Right.
which was very exciting, and people wanted more of that. But the dollar store ran out of paint. There was no canvases, no anything, so I couldn't really like do
And they
what
were
I
good.
wanted to.
I was a part of them. They were good.
Yeah,
I had a good
I did a
time.
few, and it was like pay what you can. I just did it for fun, but again, no place had supplies, so it was hard to do. And not everybody can sketch, so.
No, I can't. Aitandi, what about you? How has the pandemic affected or influenced or shaped your art practice?
I mean, during the shutdown, I did absolutely nothing. Yeah, being at home, kind of just keeping your family afloat was hard enough, I think. Even though I had a lot of ideas and wanted to make, there was never any time to do it. So I spent a lot of time just thinking and like thinking of when I was going to be able to start making again, and formulating like my ideas to come back and come out pretty strong. So I sat on a lot of projects, and I think it gave me some time, and it helped with everything that I'm doing now, I think. Taking a break from finishing my degree and just doing nothing.
Do you catalog your ideas? Do you write them down?
I don't. They're in there.
Oh my gosh, no. That's my nightmare.
I do not. I am horrible. I don't catalog anything, and it's terrible.
I would never remember anything.
Yeah, I catalog a lot of things.
I would never remember anything. I painted like in succession. Like I don't paint, I'm not very good at it, but I painted over and over and over and over and over again.
Yes.
For days and days on end.
Yeah.
Anytime I ever had a feeling.
Yeah.
So now I have a whole collection of those from the pandemic collection.
The COVID.
The COVID collection.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Tell me, okay, so sometimes we are our biggest obstacles. Sometimes we are the ones that prevent us from doing the things that we are destined to do even. We get in our own way. So tell me about a time that you've gotten in your own way. And maybe how did you get out of your way?
I mean, for me, I got in my own way like late teens, early adulthood. I went down a really bad self-destructive path, and ultimately dance helped me come out of it. Dance and art and going back to school. Without those in place, I don't know where I'd be right now. Not here. Most definitely not here. And it was really my drive to be creative that got me out of the bad place that I was. So I owe art like everything.
That's a hard question. I tend to do it all. Like if I have an idea or a feeling, I just do it. Even if it's hard, I push myself to do it. I'm my own competition, so
That's true.
I find ways to do things, even if they don't seem like it's something I would do. Like clothing making, I never thought I was ever going to do it, and it's like I can do it. I can do it, and then I did it. So
So you don't get in your way.
I don't get in my way. No, I wouldn't say
Do other
that.
people get in your way?
Yeah, with their doubt. Like, are you sure you're capable? Are you sure you can do that? And I'm like, sit back and watch this. And I do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I feel very relatable to this. I was in a destructive way. I didn't have like the right outlets. I didn't know what outlets I could get to. So I was just doing whatever. But it was the Magic Project and like that kind of like paradigm shift of political culture that was like, no, never mind. We don't have time. We don't have time for you to be self-destructive, sis. We like get it together. Art is powerful in that way for sure. We're not all so lucky to not get in our way,
But I do, like I can. You said that art's gotten you out of a lot of things.
Yeah.
However, when I started to paint, it was because of my oldest daughter. She has, she had a complex, a skin complex. She's darker than me, and she felt that there was like no representation of herself. No one looked like her. She felt very uncomfortable. So I was like, watch this, check out this painting. She's totally naked, but this could be you. And she loves it. Everything that I make, she's like, that's mine. I want this. And she promotes my stuff a lot. Her room's full of my things, but that's not for her to keep. But I can see the change in her. Now she thinks she's all that.
And
She's
she does.
14, so she was 8 at the time.
That's special.
One of the first conversations we ever had was about how representation is everything. Like if you don't see yourself, how can you even dream that that's possible for you?
Oh, believe me, I know. Like where I grew up, there's not many people that look like me. So,
Where'd you grow up?
St. Margaret's Bay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I know you knew me when we were in high school. Like we played ball against each other. Just me.
It was just you, yeah.
Just me.
It was just me and you against
We always guarded each other too, by the way.
we did. Yeah. I remember. You can shoot. It's okay.
And yeah, not having representation is huge.
Yeah.
Like that probably aided in my self-destruction, not knowing where I was going or where I was supposed to be.
Yeah, not knowing like who you even can be, or like, when you try and seek validation from people who don't look like you, aren't going through what you're going through, you're never going to get the permission.
No.
Right? You're never going to get the green light or the stamp that feels good, right?
Or your cries are just kind of pushed aside.
Yeah.
Or not that serious.
Yeah.
Black women know that.
Yep.
Black women are very familiar. We'll get there. So I want to know a little bit about how you arrived here today. And that can mean anything. I just want to know about your journey. Like you could tell me about your car ride here if you really wanted to, or you could tell me about the overarching journey of getting here to be in this conversation.
I mean, in this conversation right now, I guess it would be after quarantine ended. You know, there was like the resurgence of the BLM movement. And I had a conversation with my father, and I said, there's a lot of these opportunities coming. I'm feeling really overwhelmed. I don't know if I should take these or if I should just pick and choose certain ones. And he was like, just don't say no. Just don't say no. And I'm still on that not saying no. But I'm getting to a point now where I have enough opportunities coming my way that I can start to say no, which is great.
Yeah, the saying no is really scary because for some reason I feel like it's going to run out. And I've been riding.
That's why I can't say no yet, but it's getting to the point where I can pick and choose some things, which is nice.
That's beautiful.
What was your question again?
How did we arrive?
Yeah, how did you arrive? So tell me a little bit about your journey to being here today. You can start as far back as you want, or you can just start with this morning.
Well, I've touched on my daughter, and she started it all. She was the seed, and then I started to create more and do things that I thought I would never do, like apply for Nocturne and
Nocturne.
Did that 3 times actually.
Yes.
And now I'm like again touching on clothing designs, and now I am a founder of one of the biggest vendors markets in Halifax. So
And we
it's like,
all
I'm like,
appreciate
what?
it.
Yes. And I'm like, never ever thought I was going to be here.
Yeah.
I didn't think, I just thought I was going to create art when I'm like sad and here's this
When I'm
and
sad.
here's that. But it's been very successful, and I'm very blessed, and I appreciate everything that everyone that has done for me. I'm just overwhelmed with all the opportunities that I have now, stemming from that one painting of a dark-skinned naked woman.
Yeah.
So,
I can definitely echo that I never thought I would be here. Like, had you told me 5 years ago, I would be like, come on. Like, what do you mean you'd be sitting in the art gallery?
I never thought
true.
this was going to happen.
Right? What do you mean there was going to be a global pandemic? One.
Yeah.
2, that it was going to inspire a resurgence of the Black Lives Matter movement. 3, that it would then be a wave, a whole movement that like is beyond just that hashtag. Right?
Yeah.
Like now it's like it almost feels like an infiltration of everything that Black people have never been allowed to be in or even seen as valuable as being a part of before. So that feels special to me. It also gives me the opportunity to challenge people, which is,
Yeah, your thing.
it's kind of my thing. Tell me about what inspires you. What do you find inspiring?
Life, really.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, if I look at something, I can visualize how I can paint it in different ways, or do like a graphic design of something, like this that Kate created.
Oh yeah.
She did many of them, and I was like,
Yes, I did.
color, and then she popped up this, so I could see it, and this was the vision that I had, and she executed it. But yeah, I see art in everything. When we talk, I stopped dead in my tracks, and she's like, you're creating something in
that's
your head. I was
so
like, yes, I am actually. Soon to come, it'll be there.
I mean, I think for me, what inspires me right now, and it's like, I'm definitely going down a Scorpio path here. But
Okay, bring it on.
trauma inspires my work.
Yeah.
And it always has. And I've tried to like get out of it and do like
Other things.
and I'm happy with it, but ultimately the most powerful pieces that I have are still inspired by trauma, either trauma that I've gone through or someone that I know has gone through. Even the one kind of piece that I did, which was based off of my son's drawings.
Oh.
He only draws currently in black permanent marker, and it's really like fine detailed.
Okay. Wow.
And this is before he was making anything that was like representational of anything.
Right.
You couldn't really tell
Make
what
out
it
what it
was.
was.
Yeah, but it was cool.
Yeah.
And I was really sad being away from him while I was finishing my degree. And as a jeweler, you spend like 12 hours at a bench trying to finish something that could easily
Not turn out.
but stretch into like 40 hours.
Oh.
And there's no like, you have to do it. There's no like stopping. You just be like, okay, this is it. Here you go. It's like this half melted piece of metal. Like, there you go, it's done. So I wanted to connect a lot of my original work. That's kind of like the body of work that I'm doing now on his drawings as a way to connect to him. But it was hard for me because I literally forced myself to like look at him every single day I was in the studio. And that was sad. It was really sad. And I didn't want to be there. I just wanted to be home.
Yeah.
But out of that
Yeah, I feel that too.
came this like line work, jewelry line work that I'm doing now.
Beautiful.
And it's just continuing on into all my other ideas. So I owe him for that.
Kids are the best.
Yeah.
We have like 3 Rugrats at home that are wild.
Yep.
But that actually segues perfectly into my next conversation, which is how do you ever balance parenting and your art making?
Oh gosh.
Right?
It's hard.
Yeah, it is very hard. I just bring the kids along. If
Yeah.
you want to make something, go ahead. You want to make a shirt, just design
Yeah.
something on this screen. I'll do the things, you
Yeah.
can print it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the floor is a mess, but we are creating together. So I do find some time when I can, if I just include them. Now, if I got to do another project outside of them, oh my gosh, everybody got to be asleep, got to be at 3 o'clock in the morning. I got to wake up at 6, so I don't really have that much time. But
Yeah.
when it's collaborative and we include everyone, it's
Yeah.
a lot easier.
Yeah. 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 I wish they could sit in my little makeshift basement studio, but it's just it's not safe. So it's hard to find time as a jeweler to make things with young children around. If they were older, it'd be a little bit different. But babies and
babies,
flames,
yeah, I
and
know.
No.
No, it's exciting. It's
Yeah.
exciting for them, right? But we know it's actually
No.
just dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know better.
But
It's
yeah, it's
interesting. Yeah, like time is really interesting because I am often fighting against this like large societal machine and all of these systemic things. And I want the kids to be there, one, because I think it's important that they see. I think it's important to have their own experience. Two, I want them everywhere I am anyways.
Yes, you do.
But I also, I have to like rationalize, and maybe it is just a rationalization, I don't even know if it's true, but it's like I'm fighting for them, right? Like this ultimately feeds into their life. So it's okay that I'm away from them, but that doesn't mean it's not.
It's sad.
It's very
not
sad.
and
It's
you're
very
torn.
sad.
You want to do all these things, but then you also just want to like play outside.
Yeah, right? All of these things.
Yeah.
There's not enough time. I guess this kind of like eases us into the conversation of emotionality and feelings as Black women. And I want to know if you feel as though, so there's the stereotype that all Black women are angry,
Yeah.
right? And like that is just the blanket statement usually about our experiences. And I wanted to know if you all feel policed in your anger, if you feel like you can express your anger. When do you find enough freedom in this world, if ever? Or is there a space that's free enough?
I don't think there's a space that's free enough for everything that we would have to say.
Yeah. It's like be open, be honest, but not like that.
But not like, not that honest.
Yeah, I'm being honest and you can't take it. This is what we want, but not like that. I don't know where that fits in. I can't do that. So I do give it to people a lot, but I'm just being honest and they don't like it. Well, I'd rather be honest and lie and sugarcoat it. I'm trying to be my authentic self, and if you can't take that, that's on you. That ain't on me.
Yeah, I think that, I don't know, I think I hold my anger well, but I don't know.
Depends.
Okay, so I guess that's a no. That's okay. We are learning, we are growing.
Yes, growth.
But at the same time, part of me is like, I think I've circled back to this a lot, like, can't I just be mad though?
Yeah.
Like, isn't there a lot to be mad at?
Yes.
Like, there's so much to be angry at.
Yeah.
Isn't it valid that I'm just kind of mad a little bit all the
Just a
time?
little.
Yeah.
I don't know, what do I know? Another thing I wanted to touch on a little bit is, okay, so I had this conversation with you all in the Nova Scotia archives, pictures of African Nova Scotian women unnamed. And they would have been keepers, makers, holders, the soft places, everything, right? But they would have never gotten that credibility or even that name. So I want to know if there's been times in your life where you have not gotten the credibility, and if you think it's linked to being a Black woman.
Now that you say that?
Very good question.
Yeah.
Oh, multiple times. Do I know if it was directly related to me being a Black woman? Not sure. If it was intentional, not sure, but it happened.
Yeah.
Right. Can they be separate?
Yeah, I guess they can be, but it's kind of hard to look at it as it being separated when most times it is because of your skin color. So,
Do you think that being a woman has anything to do with it?
yeah, because we're supposed to have like small brains and we're supposed to think, you're supposed to talk, you're supposed to do anything.
Yeah.
But very vocal.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Again, honesty.
Yeah, we missed that mark there. Not saying anything, missed that mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have these conversations frequently, but I oftentimes feel like I will say something and people will repackage it and then say it back to me and go, whoa, look at my cool idea. And I'm like,
That's not.
I just said it?
Yeah.
Did I say that?
Yep.
Oftentimes I have to like check in that I'm not losing it.
She's like, am I going crazy? I just said that. I was like, you did. Just not those words, but you said exactly that.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it, and like not to get into like my like workshop stuff, but
go ahead.
I think a lot of it's like implicit bias. Like people have this like kind of like soft, fuzzy hearing when they look at Black women sometimes that don't, that doesn't allow for them to fully hear us, to let us like be in our full existence.
And then when we get loud, we're angry. So
Yes, right? And then
you
you're
can't
not
win.
hearing me.
You can't win.
And then I'm being loud to be heard.
And then you're angry.
And now I'm angry. But I was probably angry before, is the truth. So anyways, we didn't really go anywhere, did we? That's fine though. That's cool for me. A question that I really wanted to put out here for both of you is, what do you foresee as necessary for Black liberation? It's a lot of ideas, right? Especially now that like, BLM on the tip of everybody's tongue, talking lots about diversity and inclusion. So what do you both see as important pieces that are necessary for Black liberation?
People need to listen and give way.
Listen and give way.
Yeah. Instead of just listening and being like, yep, I hear you. Like, do something about it in that moment. Don't say, okay, let's check back and like plan something. Like, okay, no, what can we do right now to get this going? So like, we're in this space now, but what's this gonna come of it? Like, what's coming out of this? What can we do right now to archive ourselves in the Nova Scotia Art Gallery?
Ooh.
I can't even answer. Can't even answer. That was it.
That was it?
That was it.
That was it.
Thank you. See, credited her. Thank you.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to add?
No, not at all.
Okay, and then this one, I have to nod to the African Nova Scotian heritage in the room.
Yes,
Have to
big
give
ups.
thanks, give gratitude, give some blessings.
Yes.
And what does it mean to you to be African Nova Scotian? For me, it's honestly the thing that I probably say the most about myself. You know this. I'm always. I never let anyone forget. And it provides me, I think, with a lot of strength. And I feel like part of the reason why I'm able to be so relentless is because of the people who have come before me that were extra relentless, so that I could stand here and like not be shook. So it means a lot to me, but I don't know. I want to know what it means to y'all.
It means a lot to me, actually. I come from one of the biggest families in the Uniacke Square community. My last name's Clayton. My grandparents are from Beachville and East Preston. So when they hear my name, they're like, oh, huge family. I bet you can do this, you can do that. Edith Clayton was my cousin, made baskets. I bet you can make a basket. It's like,
You probably can.
maybe, but I never tried that. I might. Like, oh, you can do a lot
Stay
of things.
tuned for weaving.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for weaving with Kordeena Clayton.
Yes, basket weaving. But yeah, my last name means a lot to me, and it's been here for a long time. So I always say I'm a Clayton. Yeah,
That's true.
I'm not from Halifax, from East Preston. They don't believe it, but yeah, here we are. But last names for me.
I agree
They're
with
big.
the last name.
Yeah.
My last name means a lot to me too, and mostly in a way of me kind of trying to figure out my heritage. So a lot of it's lost. My dad grew up in foster care.
Yeah.
But he found his family when he was 25. But there's still pieces that are not there, or we're not told, or are hidden, whatever. So it means a lot to me to figure out where I came from before I can feel secure. So I'm gonna keep going on that journey through art and making and connecting with people.
Yeah.
And my family, from what I know, came from Beachville as well. So,
Hey,
You might be cousins. Family reunion.
but the people, like, I don't even have names. I have some names, but not connected to anyone that I know or knew. So,
I was adopted, so I had a similar journey
Yeah.
of figuring it out and knowing that it was really important and a pillar in my being.
Yeah.
But I also feel like, and I said this to you, I said this to both of you before we were here, that this conversation, I wanted to be a pinpoint for another young African Nova Scotian girl or Black girl or child or whatever to be able to search up that we existed in this way together in this conversation.
yeah.
Right? So that's us.
Yeah, that's
This is
us.
us.
Met my
Yeah.
cousin.
Listen, I swear to you, I meet a cousin.
A week?
Not a week, but it's like every couple of months.
Yeah. No, I hear that.
Yeah.
I'm big on genealogy when it comes to like family.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
a lot of my family. They don't even know who I exist, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I know you. I know who your great grandfather is because I studied it.
Yeah.
But also, we went to beach for a weekend, which sounds weird,
Yes.
but it was like the best thing we've ever done. I feel like you would like it. You would have
Yeah,
fun with
you would have
us.
had fun. We
Yeah.
were doing all kinds of things. We even went to church.
We did. We went to church.
Really?
Yes, praise the
Listen,
Lord.
and I will tell you, I felt the Holy Spirit and I cried.
Yeah, she did. I was like, stop.
Yeah, right?
Stop it.
We're not rolling anymore. We're just here. Yeah. Oh, are we? Oh, we're still
we are
rolling.
rolling.
Yeah, finding cousins.
Finding
but
cousins.
genealogy, like, this
It's
has
huge.
been so helpful for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And like encouraging me like in ways that I would have never.
She was like, I don't know who my family is. What's your last name? And I'm
Yeah, she was like,
search your name.
Okay, so I tried to Google my before when Ancestry first came out.
Yeah.
I didn't like. It was before DNA testing came.
Right.
And I put in my grandparents' names.
Yes.
And it just came up with all white people because like Munro is obviously like
Very white last name. Yeah, so
Yeah.
is Donald, but
And-
it's not really mine.
So was Clayton.
Yeah.
and like as far as I know, like
True.
the only relative that I have that I can trace it to like the States is like a James Munro from Baltimore, and he moved to
Ooh,
Yarmouth.
but Baltimore though.
Yeah. So my family originally came
Yeah,
from
you moved.
Yarmouth. They had like 13 kids or something when he
yeah,
lived
we were
in
doing-
Yarmouth.
we were doing
Yeah,
the
we're doing
most.
big things.
We were doing the most. You were trying to
Yeah.
be popular.
Yeah, we were cold.
And
We
then
were cold. Shut up.
from there, there's like one or two names that we have, and everyone else is kind of like don't know where they are, but like they're here in Nova Scotia.
I can probably help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. She would know. And also, you know who else would know? Crystal Mulder.
Crystal
from the
Mulder.
Dartmouth North
Dartmouth
Library.
North. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, what's your last name? And I was like, okay. I told her my black last name,
Yeah.
Fraser. And she was like, North Preston, 1812 ref. I was like, whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
yeah.
I'm like that.
And we
I'm
weren't
like,
even supposed to
give
talk
me-
about
Yeah.
this. But people regard her as a historian, like a community historian. And we have those people, you know, you're going to be one of those people. You are one of those
Yes,
people.
I will be.
For the Clayton family, for sure, you're already there.
Yeah, they call me all the time when there's
Oh,
like, when there's like a
everybody.
reunion.
Yeah.
Everybody calls you.
They're like,
to
Dee
try
Dee,
and
that's my nickname.
connect the
They're like,
dots.
Dee Dee, who's this? I seen this person. They said their last name was da-da-da. I'm like, oh, this person, yeah, you know, back in 1812.
Yeah.
da-da-da-da.
Well, we need to
She's already
collaborate then, because
Yeah.
remember what I was telling you about when I wanted to just put like a map, all the
Yes.
names that I have, just put an app, put it on the internet,
That's
Yeah.
and let people fill it in.
You know what my thing has been? Traveling
Yes.
this route.
Oh, I would love to do that.
Listen, and getting the stories.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, it could be
We're
a
always
reality TV show.
Story.
Oh, it should be.
part of the next. That's
In
part of-
conversation?
That's
Yeah.
part of
Let's do it.
putting it on the map,
Yeah.
making something happen here today.
So the art gallery on record would like to fund this.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a special announcement for today. Actually,
Yeah.
Not all the announcements, all of the
not the new
announcements.
building.
Yeah.
This is the announcement. We're the announcement. Yeah, I forgot to tell you
In
guys.
conversation continued.
In conversation around
Yeah.
the province.
Yeah.
It's super hard to put a pause on the conversation.
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to, but and because we're live, I mean, if you're still there, you're still there. So we can just go all night here.
We can just go forever.
Yeah.
We live here now.
And
yeah.
I want to thank you so much for sharing and for calling the action. I think this map is like such a grounder for us here. Conversation around people's names being known.
Yeah.
Histories being known.
Yeah.
This is a place that collects stories and collects histories, and it is desperately void of stories from African Nova Scotian families and artists. So
Yeah.
we are in for it. Thank you. Thank you.
You got your first 3 African Nova Scotian
Yeah.
creators.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
for joining from home tonight or whenever you are joining from home. We really look forward to our next time together. I feel like I've just gotten to know you in a beautiful way, and thanks for sharing. Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Thank you.
Have a good
Thank
night.
you.